Although his name probably doesn't mean much to people today, at one time an icon of downtown Marquette was a business owner named Charlie Pong. Charlie Pong was born in China in 1880 and came to Marquette right after the turn of the century to join his cousin Pong Lee, who owned a laundry business on Baraga Avenue. A slight and shy man, Charlie ended up spending almost a half century in that profession, eventually owning a laundry on the 200 block of West Washington Street, where the parking lot now sits right across the street from the post office. Charlie was loved in the downtown community. He always had a kind word, would help out anyone who he believed needed the help, and would donate money to any cause that he felt worthy. And every Christmas, he would give out gifts of Chinese tea and chopsticks to his friends around the city. Now, like most business owners of the time, Charlie Pong worked long hours, 6 days a week. What little money he managed to save after helping out friends and neighbors would be sent back to family in China. Therefore, when Charlie became ill and passed away in early February of 1949, it's not a surprise that he had less than $30 to his name. Because he didn't have the money for a burial plot or a headstone, he was set to be laid to rest in the Potter's Field at Park Cemetery. And that's when his friends stepped in. According to a Mining Journal article shortly after Pong passed away, quote, businessmen along Washington and Front Streets were indignant when they thought of Charlie Pong being consigned to a grave in Potter's Field, unquote. One merchant started a collection, and it was reported that, quote, never did such money come in more swiftly and generously, said the merchant. I wish I could think I was as good a man as Charlie Pong. He is going to have a proper funeral and burial in Park Cemetery, unquote. And that Charlie did. Later that summer, he was laid to rest under a pine tree in one of the northern sections of the cemetery. Pong's death hit city residents hard, especially a young Mining Journal reporter named Manthe Howe. Several days after Charlie passed away, she wrote an essay noting that she, quote, always came away with a new respect for his innate courtesy and personal self-discipline. More than one young person had enough sense to recognize his fine dignity and his appreciation of the kindliness he himself encountered. This reporter herself hopes he looked upon her as a friend, unquote. Now, aside from Manthe Howe, many other Marquette residents looked upon Charlie Pong as a friend. Some apparently had even retained memories of him long after his death. As I mentioned, his grave lies underneath a pine tree in Park Cemetery, and over the decades had become rather dirtied by the pitch that had fallen upon it. Knowing Charlie Pong's story, one summer afternoon I cleaned the headstone off. When I came back to check on it a few days later, someone else had put plastic flowers next to the grave. I have no idea who. This was over 60 years, after all, after Charlie died. Yet the impression he had left on Marquette was apparently so strong that I was not the only one honoring his memory. Such was the legacy of Charlie Pong.